I'm coming back from the movie theater where I just saw the most, well, expectedly good film. By now I know better than to dismiss this franchise. It's the latest John Wick movie, John Wick 3 Parabellum. And Parabellum means something, but it's mentioned towards the last third of the movie, so I won't spoil it for you. You'll learn a little Latin too, if nothing else, but there is so much more. The John Wick movies, and I admit that I'm pretty partial because I'm a big fan of Keanu Reeves, but in my view, the John Wick franchise beats the stereotype of the predictably awful superhero movies. Although he's not exactly a superhero, but he also is, because, I mean, the first thing you notice, from the first scenes even of the movie, if it wasn't apparent from the previous prequels, is that it violates all the laws of biology. So he sustains, even from the first sequences, life-altering injuries, and yet he keeps going for 2 more hours and 10 minutes, which pass very quickly, let me tell you. And I was fortunate enough to see it in Dolby Surround, which achieves the remarkable feat, and I'll have to read up on it, on producing, I don't know if you can call them sound waves, but they're some kind of waves that vibrate the body, but not the tympanic membrane, so you feel the sound on your body, but it doesn't hurt your ears, so that's a pretty remarkable technological achievement, which I don't know how it's done. I first saw a movie in a theater like that with the Black Panther last year, and it was quite an experience, but now I've gotten used to it. Maybe the most rewarding artistically was with the Lady Gaga movie, and getting to hear her pretty amazing voice in Dolby Surround. That was quite the experience, but I digress, as I often do. That if I could say one thing about this movie and this franchise, because I think they're all equally good. Again, remarkably, because it's rare that the sequels are as good as the first ones, but somehow they've managed to do that, and I would attribute it to 2 factors. These movies have two stars, really, in my view. One is, of course, the international superstar of Keanu Reeves, who I really don't know how he's achieved this long-lasting stardom. Some actors either have this incredible star power. I remember that my mentor once pointed that out, that some actors may not be the best actors per se. So, but you can't stop watching them, and or in Keanu Reeves' case, listening to the sound of their voice, which is hypnotic in his case. I mean, most actors lower their voice to make it more seductive because, I mean, one of the rules of mind control is that the lower the resonance of a voice, the more commanding it is. But his voice is naturally low. So if you watch his very early movies, when he was a teenager and did the Bill and Ted movies, you'll see that even as a young man, he had a naturally low voice, and which amazingly he's maintained unaltered. It's as seductive as ever. But also the face, the expression, I don't know, he really has incredible, star power. His career proves it. And, of course, remains one of the most elusive and mysterious superstars of Hollywood. So again, I don't know how he achieves that even. And the most likable too. So he is one of the shining stars of the movie, and the other is the artistic value and viewpoint of the movie. So if you completely removed the cast, just the way the scenes are planned and the photography, it's like a video game come to life, but in the best possible way. So it's like fantasy come to life, again in the best way, and incredibly it doesn't get old. So there's this play with light, electricity, neon light, reflective surfaces, and it creates a kind of illusory, hallucinatory almost depiction of New York City and other locations around the world. So and towards the end of the movie, the stage is set for yet another sequel, which really makes me very, very happy, and I hope we have the chance to see that. So, in any case, I would say, definitely go see that movie. Just as a quick aside, I was very disappointed with Keanu Reeves' other movie this year, which I was so upset by that I don't even remember the name. It's the science fiction movie where he resurrects his family. He didn't even look good in that movie. That's what was the most impressive thing for me. But anyway, do see this movie. It's like 2 hours and 10 minutes of unadulterated entertainment.